Hello my lovelies. Today we're gonna play around with the EyeScream Beauty Box items for the month of September. I know it is already October, but you know, I had to go a few days without filming because I had pre-filmed and I thought that the storm would be gone and I would be able to kind of get this video done, and it didn't happen. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today because I've gotten so many questions and people were asking whether or not this video had gone up, and I'm like, no, and I didn't skip it. I love this box. So we're gonna play around with the items today. I want to show you guys, just in case you haven't seen the unboxing, you totally should. There's a mask that I tried and I have been enjoying that was featured in the September box, so check out the unboxing so you'll get like first impressions. But here you go. So this is the palette featured. It's a the Beauty Crop palette. It's the Dawn Gazing palette, which now when I really looked at her, I feel like I had her and then I gave her away. The face quad, which that bronzer is not for me because it's not like the proper shade, but that's fine. The Girl Lactic crayon, it's a smudge eraser stick. I'm gonna mess up something on my face and then we'll try to use this to fix it, I guess. We're gonna wing it out and clean it. Okay, I know exactly what we're gonna do with that. I'm gonna use the cocoa one. Is it cocoa? Is it called cocoa? It's deep taupe. It's a brown, mija. It's brown. I'm gonna use this one specifically for the eyeballs, and then I'll use the lippy colored one. It's what is it? It's like a pink. The name is Muse and it is kind of like a pinky, so we're gonna use this one on the lips. Okay, so let me get the skin on and I'll do that really quickly and I'll be right back. All right, mijito, I am back. I'm gonna prime my lids. I am using my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. Oh, that's a lot. In Fair. Where's my towel? I'm sitting on it and I have a pelito in my eyeball. Like, it's in my eyeball. It's like poking inside. Hold on. Espérate. It was two pelitos, not one. I'm gonna use my sponge to blend that out. So did anyone watch the Hocus Pocus 2 movie? I did. I did a quick reel because my husband is a hot mess express and I cannot believe that he had no idea that Sarah Jessica Parker was Sarah. He straight up looked at me like I'm crazy, okay? I was in awe, to say the least. A movie that's like 25 years old and he had no freaking clue. But anyway, so we did that, and of course y'all already know Hurricane Ian was visiting. He knocked on our door, but he didn't actually come in, which is great because my girls were already kind of concerned with all the winds. Like, the howling of the winds was actually pretty scary. Let's do something wearable. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush. I'm gonna dip into Sunrise, tap out, and I'm gonna blend out here. So thing about it is we heard a lot of the winds. It started like a whistle, like a really strong whistle, or almost like air was seeping through the windows. It was weird. And then it went from that to freaking howling. Juan and I did not sleep the first night only because we knew that Hurricane Ian would officially be near us around 1 o'clock in the morning. And crazy enough, Ty was awake too, right? She had no school, whatever. They shut down all the schools. This little girl, I'm doing dishes. It was 11 something, okay? And she starts screaming. Now, mind you, Cam is sleeping. So of course we're trying to be on our toes and not make any noise. And she's like, we gotta go. Let's grab our bag. Let's go. And I did pack a to-go bag just in case we needed to run out of the house. But I'm like, why? Well, what's going on? And she's like, we're on tornado watch. There's a tornado coming. I'm sitting here tornado watch and actual active tornado are two different things. And that's not the first time that we experience a tornado watch in our area. And we were most definitely in the big cube that they highlighted over on the Weather Channel. But still, we had to tell her to calm down. We had to bring her right back down to earth because she was freaking out. We literally just stayed up. We're out on the lookout just in case an actual tornado was coming. We can just kind of go into our hideout, which was a lot. I think I want to go into Aurora. It's a shimmer shade. I like this peachy color. I think it's really cute. And I'm gonna tap that all over the lid. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of like a peachy champagne shade. So we were on tornado watch till about 1 o'clock, and then it said okay, don't worry about it anymore. You're good. He and I went to kind of sleep, but we weren't really sleeping because we were getting alerts on tornado watches the entire night. So every other hour there was an alert, and you know those alerts are kind of like the Amber Alerts. So they're really loud. So there's no way that you can actually sleep without pretty much having a stroke, because it's in the middle of the night and it's ah! you know. So we were getting those alerts, and that was a lot within itself, and we just needed to make sure that the kids were like okay. And then from there we kind of spent the day and it was fine. Then day number 2, we were still like waiting for the storm to really hit us. It was kind of near, but it hadn't actually hit us yet. And we weren't gonna get we were gonna get the outer bands, but still we were gonna feel something, and I wasn't sure what we were gonna feel, but we were gonna feel something. I'm gonna take the same brush that we used for that peachy crease shade. I'm gonna tap into the shade Twilight. This is not necessarily it's like a purpley red brown shade. I wish they would have added a mirror, but I know this is a really affordable palette too, so beggars can't be choosers, mama. So I'm gonna tap out, and then I'll concentrate that out here real quick. So then what? It was like, okay, we can relax, the sun is out, let's try. That's not even brown, that's like red, right? What? Okay, I guess we're going kind of burgundy today. So we spent the day kind of like watching movies and relaxing with the kids. I ended up cleaning my entire house because I don't know how to sit still. I find if I sit down and do nothing, it's kind of like a waste of time. So whenever we weren't doing something with the kids, or I wasn't cooking for the kids, I was cleaning my house. And you know what? The time was useful because since I had already done all my work in advance, or at least whatever I thought I needed to do in advance, I had more than enough time on my hands. So I literally did a deep dive into our closets and cleaned that out, and everything got wiped down, reorganized. So I did the most. But here's the kicker. So then that night, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of over it. I'm tired, blah, blah. And I remember Juan, because he hadn't slept the night before, he took a nap. He gave himself a nap, and I said, you know what, you're well earned, go ahead, take your nap, but obviously someone's gonna stay up with the kids, so I stayed up. Cam was like taking a nap too, she eventually got up. So Juan takes a really nice nap, and then we just moved on with our lives for the rest of the day, right? I was so tired that when I went to sleep that night, right? So I go to sleep. I'm gonna take this little fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kind of like, with no product, blend the edges out. And worst case, if you see me dip into a pan, it's going to be that peachy shade if it gives me a hard time to kind of blend out. So mija, one is like, oh, the power went out. And I was like, oh crap. Like, I remember my response being, oh crap. I didn't do anything else. I literally stayed in bed, and like I had that feeling kind of like, I want to get up. I need to help him. Because, you know, we had the generator and everything ready to go in the event that we lost power. But there's a process to activate it and all of that. Would you believe me if I told you my behind stayed in bed? And he kept coming in, and he's like, yeah, we have no, the fans are not working right now. The AC is off. I'm working on the generator. And I was like, yeah. And I, like, inside of me, even though I was asleep, I knew it made sense to get up and help, but I couldn't. I literally stayed in bed with my kids. I was like, okay, Ty's down here, Cam's here, I'm here, he knows what he's doing. And so he did it all, and then he brought like a little fan and plugged it in, and we were fine. So we were good. I'm gonna take with nothing extra and just kind of like drag the brush down here. I wanna add a little hue of something without really adding any eyeshadow, because I don't want it to be heavy and like drag the eye down. And then honestly, I was gonna film yesterday, but I go through phases, and my husband's so used to my phases, so it kind of is what it is. But it's really funny because I go through phases where I get bored, and that's where the background comes into place. I was bored. I kept looking at the studio, and I'm like, I know I need to get in here and clean it, but if I'm gonna get in here and clean it, like really dive in. And I've known this for a while. Like, I'm gonna say for a good month and a half, I knew that I was going to end up changing the studio around, but I just didn't have the energy or the time to really do it. Well, thank you, Storm, because here we are. Okay, so I think I'm done with the eyeshadow for now. I do want to put the brownie eyeliner to the test, so I'm gonna apply some of that on my waterline. I'm only gonna do one eye at a time to see how that works out, because if it turns out horrible, then The eyeshadows performed well, so I can't complain about that. They blended really nicely, and they didn't fade out, which is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna pull out like this. I'm trying to figure out when I want to like mess up something on the eyeball so that I can use the smudge eraser. I really don't want to ruin the makeup quite yet. I'm gonna take, this is like a little flat synthetic brush. You can use this for concealer, even applying your glitters. This is an Alter Ego 8. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna drag out and then in, kind of creating like a faux wing. And then I'm using my finger to kind of diffuse this outer area a little bit. So I went ahead and instead of actually filming anything yesterday, I literally went in here and I went through boxes of products, setting aside what I'm keeping, product for giveaways, product for family and friends, product that I've tried but I knew I would never ever get around to actually playing around with again. So yesterday was super productive. And it's funny because I told one, yeah, I'm just gonna get in there and I'm gonna get some work done. This is the work that I did. So I ended up bringing all of like, well, not all of the furniture, but most of my storage back here because it creates space. Like I have all my little drawers down here with labels and I know which drawer is like all my lashes, all my setting powders. I literally reorganized my world. I have a drawer for blushes, a drawer for my bronzer, a drawer for face palettes, a drawer specifically for like eye product, like my little color pop pots or my little glitters for the eyes and that kind of stuff. So I put a lot of work. Literally was in the studio while I was drinking my coffee first thing in the morning till like 7 o'clock at night. And then I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing anything else. I'm done. But it needed to get done and I'm really happy that I did it. So worth it because I was able to walk in here and know exactly where everything is. And quite frankly, a lot of times I tell you guys, yeah, I think I have that, but it's, I think because I have no idea where anything was. Now I know where everything is, which is really exciting. Okay, I am going to apply some mascara and I think this is the step where I'm gonna kind of mess up the eyeball on purpose. I don't wanna mess up the eye. So I'm gonna do one of these, okay? Oh no, we made a boo-boo. I literally tell Cam that all the time. You did a boo-boo. So I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to apply my mascara on the lashes. And for those of you wondering why I'm only applying it on the outer portions, I explained why in a previous video. So I technically, because I have stubborn lashes, I will go in and apply the mascara on the outer parts of my lashes and then press it onto the base, and I'll do that for like 2 coats and then I'm good to go. I am gonna go ahead, I'm gonna let this dry, I'm gonna do the other eyeball. We'll be back and we're gonna try that Mistake or Picker Up. No, that's a commercial. The Girl Active product. We're gonna try it. Okay, so I didn't finish this eye because we have an extra boo-boo. As you can see, I ended up getting some of the eyeliner towards the bottom of the eye. And instead of me going ahead and fixing that off camera, I figured, of course, it's an opportunity. Because this I did on purpose and this one I didn't. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Believe it or not, I'm a little concerned. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna drag it over the boo-boo situation, and then I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna drag under the eye here so that I can clean that area out. I'm gonna grab a few Q-tips. I like these by the Clean Skin Club because it's dual-ended, so you have a rounded like teardrop end and then you have a really sharp end. I'm gonna use the teardrop end over here. I'll just use the whole thing, why not? All right, so it does make it so much easier to clean up a mistake, in the sense of if you're out and about and you're like, oh crap, like it's smudged, you're able to remove it and it's not as messy. Now mind you, the foundation I use is Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin, and if you're wondering, I'm in number 7. I used that and I used 1 pump all over the skin. I did lift that little mistake, but you don't see a great difference on it. Is there a difference? Yes, but it's not a crazy separation, which I really like. So it didn't break down everything else and it stayed nice and thick on the skin. So even the warmth of my skin did not break it down into like this messy oil. I know you guys are not gonna be out and about in the streets with like the beauty blender that you used, but see, quick fix. So even at home, it's a beautiful tool to have specifically for these little mistakes, because now I'm good to go. Literally, it's like nothing happened. All right, so in something like this, it definitely did the trick. I'm gonna use like the little pointed edge for this area here, and if you can see, it's not super shiny either, which I like. So I'm gonna grab this little corner and I'm gonna clean it up. And what's really awesome, look at lifted product. Again, it didn't melt the rest of the makeup surrounding it, which makes me really happy. So I needed a more like cleaner, sharper edge. Like I didn't have to go back in and add additional like concealer and build a product. And it allowed me to remove the mistake without having to be super rough under eyes. So that's awesome. I'm going to finish off the eye by applying my mascara. Then I'm gonna pop on the lashes and then we'll try the other products. Okay, the eyes are cute. They're simple. And they kind of go on my top, so I'm kind of happy about it. I'm gonna dip into this little palette over here. I think, what color do I want to use? Let's mix these two together. It's really powdery. It's like powdery. Mira, watch. I just clean this vanity, look. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tap some of that on my cheekbones. So what? Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's just kind of blend on either side whatever I already have on the brush. So I ended up doing the room like this so that the background is closer, and then I have an open space. I have all my eyeshadow palettes over here, and then I have an open space where Cammy Babammy can get on and kind of like play. If I bring her toys, she can do her thing, but at the same time I can totally give her a look. I'm gonna use the shade Muse all over the lips. This is way too light. You know what? Let's do this. The pink is cute, but I'm gonna need a darker shade around it. Maybe if I was a tad lighter, it would work just on its own, but no. I think I wanna use the Basic Beauty Lip Liner in Cocoa. Let's see how that works. Just bear with me, okay? I know it's gonna look crazy at first. Okay, now this lip combo looks really good, but I definitely wanna go in with a gloss because I am who I am. So I am gonna use an Ofra Cosmetics gloss. This is their lip gloss in Glossip. Oh, I gave myself like lip plumper lips. I like that. It looks really good and it was really cheap. It was literally just an application. I didn't have to pay anything to get my lips to look all plump and funky. I love it. Okay, you guys, considering that this cheek palette is a cheap palette, she did a beautiful job. Super pigmented. I don't even need highlighter because I have this glow that's coming through, and although these powders are matte, they worked so well with my Charlotte Tilbury foundation that I still get that luminosity seeping through. So I absolutely love that. The eyeshadow palette, girl, we cannot complain about. Pigmented, they were powdery, but you know what, they did the job and my eyes look really pretty, simple on their own. The Cocoa liner, it's really nice. I think it did a good job on the waterline. I am gonna tell you, I don't feel like it's gonna last the entire day. So if you need something that's gonna be waterproof, that may not be for you. And if you like brown lip liners, like deep brown lip liners on your lips, that is a multitaskable liner. So you can use it on the eyes or on the lips. Feel free to just use it on whichever areas work for you the most or work for you the best. And then the pink liner, it was really pretty. I liked it all over the lips as long as it has like a nice little combo going on like the one that I have. Otherwise, it's not gonna work for my complexion. But if you're of lighter complexion than I am, this is gonna look beautiful all over your lips. And again, you can use this also for like accent wings and that kind of thing. Just make sure so that you can actually see it. If you want it to stand out, just apply like a white or a black line under it and it'll stand out and it'll look really pretty. But yeah, okay, so the items out of the September EyeScream Beauty Box were really nice. Remember that box is super affordable. It is only $25. You're gonna get 5 full-size items, and if you're into a box that's only gonna feature makeup, be ready, because spoiler has it, like a little sneaky peeky, I heard that the October box is gonna feature 0 skincare. It's all makeup. So if you're interested, I do have a link and a discount code down below. I get nothing out of it other than helping you guys get a discount on your very first box. So it is time to snag a full-on makeup box if it's something that you're looking for. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, please hit the like button because it really helps me out. Again, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.